Tennessee never fails to amaze me. Today's news was the most predictable and obvious news in the world. Harrison Bailey put his name into the transfer portal. I stumbled upon this news just a couple minutes ago, and I decided I had to get on a video right away. If you have followed Tennessee, SEC football, or quarterback recruiting over the last few years, then you are very familiar with Harrison Bailey. He was pegged as the savior of the program, was Pruitt's big-time quarterback commit, and was a borderline 5-star recruit at one point. He was a huge deal, and he got a little bit of time last year, but as we went into 2021, his role in the team was pretty much zero, and he has not even seen the field in 2021. I do have to clarify, I love Hendon Hooker, as I think he's a great player and a great fit, but I would be lying if I said I'm not disappointed that they let Harrison Bailey go. In today's video, we're going to talk about who Harrison Bailey is, why he transferred, why this could be a mistake, and what I think is in store for him next. But before we get into today's video, nearly 80% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, and I know we can do better than that, so be sure to hit that button, smash that like button for the algorithm, and turn on post notifications so you never miss when I upload. Now let's get started and talk about Harrison Bailey. So to get you familiar with who Harrison Bailey is, he is from Marietta, Georgia, and that is one of the top talent-producing areas in high school football. He was the nation's third-ranked pro-style quarterback and had a stellar career, to say the least. He passed for nearly 12,000 yards, which was good for 4th in Georgia high school football history, and he threw for 6 touchdowns in the first half in their state championship win. Not only that, but he became the 5th best quarterback in Georgia high school football history behind Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, Jake Fromm, and Kari Lane. Bailey is wanted by pretty much every school in the country, and he would have his choice on where he could go. He eventually decided to commit to Jeremy Pruitt in Tennessee, and there was a lot of hype surrounding him. Sadly, his stock would fall a little bit, as for some reason he was downgraded. By the time the final 2020 class was released, he had dropped to 99th in the country, the 3rd-ranked pro-style quarterback, and the 15th best player in the state of Georgia. It didn't make a whole lot of sense, but people were already pegging Bailey as the next big thing. One more year of Jarrett Guarantano, and finally Bailey was going to be the answer, right? Well, last year we saw Guarantano struggle, which was not a surprise to anyone, and still, Bailey didn't get a whole lot of time. As we saw last year, he first appeared in the game against Kentucky as he went 1 of 4, and he would finally make his first start against number 6 Florida. In that game, he led a touchdown drive as he threw for 111 yards and a touchdown, and then the following week against Vanderbilt, he threw for over 200 yards and 2 scores. He would also throw a touchdown against Texas A&M, and while it was obvious he was not quite there yet, you could see a flash of the future, and I really thought he was going to be the next big thing. Then, Jeremy Pruitt was fired. This would change everything as Josh Heupel would now have to decide who would be his quarterback. He now had a couple of options. You had Brian Maurer, who was the least likely of the bunch, Harrison Bailey, who was the peg savior, and then he brought in 2 transfers. One of them was named Hendon Hooker. He was a 4-star recruit coming out of high school and had started 2 years for Virginia Tech, and he decided to transfer to Tennessee. He was likely going to be the backup option though, and the other guy who they brought in was a dude named Joe Milton. He was pegged as the next Cam Newton coming out of high school, and at Michigan he struggled, but with the proper coaching and development, he could become a superstar. He decided to go to Tennessee, and after a spectacular summer, he ended up starting. After just a couple of games though, it was evident that Milton was never going to put it all together, and he was benched in favor of Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker has been lights out. So far in 2021, he's thrown for 1,578 yards, 17 touchdowns, and only 2 picks. He also has 4 more touchdowns on the ground, and he was leading a game-winning drive to beat Ole Miss, but he ended up getting hurt. From there, we had arguably the funniest moment of the 2021 college football season as Joe Milton decided to run out of bounds with no time left. The man didn't even try to throw the ball in the end zone. I can't help but laugh when I think back to that moment, and that really epitomized the quarterback situation at Tennessee. They had found their guy, but of course Joe Milton was the one to finish it off. Who is the other forgotten man, you may be asking? Well, it was Harrison Bailey. Maurer had already retired, and Bailey had only played in 1 game so far. He had become the afterthought, and he was never even given an opportunity this year. Because of that, it was incredibly obvious he was going to transfer, and it was only a matter of time. In my opinion, this is a mistake. While I do believe in Hendon Hooker, and he has been great, he could potentially play himself onto the NFL radar this year, and after 1 more year next year, Tennessee will have to look in a new direction. Yes, they have Taven Jackson signed for 2022, but Harrison Bailey was a guy who, with the proper development and coaching, I thought could be a star in the SEC. I mean, he obviously had the numbers in high school, and he has the physical potential to put it all together. Now, though, he is in the portal. Bailey finally took to Twitter today saying this, quote, "Dear Tennessee, thank you for allowing me to pursue my academic and athletic career at this prestigious university. I would like to thank everyone that has helped me develop into the person I am today, on and off the field. To my brothers, I love you guys. We made a lifetime of memories over the last few years. Thank you for always supporting me through thick and thin. It's with a heavy heart that I will be entering my name into the transfer portal and exploring other options. Harrison Bailey. Yeah, he made it official today, and it looks like Bailey will no longer be a part of the Tennessee program. As I've said a couple times in this video, this was 100% expected, and now let's let the Harrison Bailey sweepstakes begin. Honestly, I really don't have a clue where he's going to go next. Well, I have a couple of theories, and I'm going to give my opinion on this. First and foremost, he played with Ramel Keaton and Arik Gilbert in high school, and in case you don't know who those two guys are, Keaton was a 4-star recruit, and he is a current receiver for the Volunteers, and Arik Gilbert is at Georgia. At least kind of, he's sitting out for some reason. Honestly, I don't think he's going to end up at Georgia, and while it would make sense as he's from the area, the Bulldogs already have Brock Vandegrift and Gunnar Stockton signed, and I have no doubt they're going to sign a big name in 2023. Eliminate the Bulldogs from that list. I could also potentially see Georgia Tech. Yes, Jeff Sims is a starter right now, but at maximum, he only has 2 more years there, and they are an up-and-coming program that is close to home. I really don't know, though. When you look back at his recruitment, it would end up coming down to the Volunteers and the Michigan Wolverines, and Michigan is also far-fetched. Right now, they have a starter in Cade McNamara, who's average, and they have J.J. McCarthy, who is a 5-star freshman. Everyone is really excited to see what McCarthy is going to do there, and does it really make a lot of sense for Bailey to go to Michigan? I don't know, and would Harbaugh even reach out to get him? I doubt it. McCarthy is going to be the guy there, so why would Bailey go sit behind someone? That leaves a lot of other options. In my opinion, he's going to end up going to some sort of Power 5 school that needs a quarterback, or maybe he'll even drop to the Group of 5 level where he can start right away. Either way, though, I'm really excited to see what Bailey's going to do, and let the sweepstakes begin for him. The quarterback transfer portal is one of the most fascinating things in my eyes, and this is going to be a really fun one to watch. Tennessee is making a mistake, though. They have been plagued by bad quarterback play, as outside of Josh Dobbs and the half season of Hendon Hooker so far, they really haven't had a star gunslinger come through Rocky Top in a couple years. It has been a while. Bailey looked like he was going to fit that mold, and it's really unfortunate that he's not going to ever get a chance to be anything there. I was super excited to see what his potential was, and we're never going to get to see it. But this was so incredibly obvious, and every single Tennessee fan knew this was going to happen. So yeah, if you're a Tennessee fan, what do you make of this news? What do you think of the quarterback room moving forwards? And where do you think Bailey will head next? Be sure to let me know down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button if you want to support today's video. And also, don't forget to check out all my other videos on the end screen. I hope to see you guys again soon, but until next time, peace.